1450. Welcome back to the Mohawk Valley Sports Watch. Thanks for making us part of your Sunday morning here with Coach Medicis, the stat man, and myself. I think the stat man's got Coach Durr on the line. I'm waiting for him to come out of the tunnel here. He's giving me the thumbs up. We got Coach Emily? All right, let's go to the phone lines now with her. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time as always. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
I was gonna make a joke with the guys today because the stat man and I have been kind of the Lone Rangers in here for the last month or so, and I thought I was gonna have Coach Pags in here and the whole crew because when they saw your name that was coming on, of course everybody comes in. But I do have Coach Medicis in here today as well, so
Awesome.
you're always a fan favorite in here with us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, Coach, first, congratulations on the new opportunity. You're going to be a Fighting Illini, so congratulations there. I want to talk about your path, though. We've talked a couple times when you've been on with us. You know, from a player at Iowa State, you got a head job at MVCC, then you make your way, you know, to Dayton, and now here you are at Illinois. Talk to us about that career path, that journey for you.
Yeah, it's definitely not one that many follow. And like I've told you, after I graduated from Iowa State, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I'm not sure if I wanted to get into coaching or not, but when that MV job opened up, the stars kind of aligned, and then from there, in my mind, I could stay at MV for hopefully 20, 30 years and hopefully have a successful career. But I really wanted to branch out and really push myself and grow. And I can't think of a better person to learn from than Shauna Green at Dayton and then now at Illinois.
And talk to us about your first year, with Coach Green at Dayton, and congratulations on an A-10 championship and for beating my Lady Fordham Rams. I won't hold that against you, but congratulations. What was it like your first year?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot different. At this level, and especially at Dayton where they've had success for many years. There's a lot of pressure, but again, Coach Green is one of those coaches that just does things the right way. No matter the small things, the big things. He's very consistent, very organized, and just very driven. And you have to be that, especially in this business, because at the end of the day, it is a business. So really, she taught me a lot. She taught me, work ethic and always doing your best. And the results show. She was at Dayton and just won. So, yeah, looking forward to this opportunity at Illinois.
And, Coach, when you guys won the A-10 championship and you guys got a chance to play, you were picked to play in the playing game, and you got a chance to go home and play in Ames. What was that like?
Talk about a full circle moment. We were watching the broadcast for when they picked teams for the tournament, and we were kind of a bubble team, so we weren't sure even if we were going to get in. So my mind was just looking at Dayton. Like I didn't even realize that we were going to go back and play names, and yeah, it was very special. I got to see my old coaches and some of the players that they recruited when I was there, and yeah, it was special. And then for us to just come out and play like we did versus DePaul, you really couldn't ask for a better moment.
So, Coach, Coach Green lands at Illinois, and then you're going to join her there. I was going back and looking. They had a tough year this past year at 7-20. They were only 1-13, in the conference. So it seems like that's going to be, I guess you can say, a rebuilding year, trying to grow that program back up. What do you guys know about this team?
Yeah, we've kept a couple players from the past team, and then we brought in a couple players from Dayton, and then looking at the transfer portal. So it's definitely a total rebuild. But what I tell Coach Green is we can only go up from here. It can only get better. So, there's going to be some tough days. There's going to be some good days. But again, this staff that she's put together, most of us were at Dayton last year, and we know each other. And it's going to take time, but I know she's going to be successful.
And I know, Emily, you talked a little bit about Coach Green and, some of what makes her successful. What's a couple things, though, that stand out to you that, someday I would imagine your goal would be to be a head coach at the highest level? What are a few things you would take away from her?
Just her work ethic, her drive, her passion. She wants to win in everything. She's a competitor, whether it's recruiting a player, whether it's doing better with branding and social media, like everything is drawn out and thought about. And when you're in charge of a program, especially at this level, there's so many things that you need to be good at. So I think just learning her work ethic, she's always the first one in the office and the last one to leave, and really just having a purpose in everything I do and having that drive has just totally made her successful. And
Emily, too, you see the transfer portal now in the college game, and, there's thousands of players that are in that. It's almost like at the end of every year, we talk about it a lot on this show. It's like, what about the senior, great athlete, 4- or 5-star recruit? It's like, do you take a chance on the 4- or 5-star kid out of high school, or if you can get somebody from the transfer portal, do you go that direction? How hard is it now for, the juniors and seniors out of high school to get recruited?
Yeah, I think it's a little tougher. Again, it comes down to if you're game ready. And the biggest thing that high school players really need to work on is just the physicality of it, I think, and the pace of it. So if I was, a high school junior or senior, I'd really focus on getting in the weight room, getting the shots up, and really being consistent with their physicality and pace. Again, at the end of the day, it's all about fit for a coach. Sometimes you look at a junior or senior in high school and you're like, okay, in 2 years she's going to be really good. So let's put the work in right now for a year and the results are going to show. Or like you said, do you go into the transfer portal, do you get a grad student or somebody who has a year of eligibility, to play right now? So it's really what the coach is looking for and, what their depth chart looks like. But at the end of the day, if you can play, you can play, whether you're, 22-year-old or a 17-year-old.
And Emily, I think you guys got a chance when you guys were at Dayton, right? Didn't you guys go down and play Illinois in one of the tournaments?
We did. We actually played them down in Florida for one of our tournaments. Yeah, we did well. I think we beat them by like 15 maybe. But yeah, that was kind of cool as well.
So I got to ask you, what's the family think now if you're going down to Illinois?
They just want gear. I feel like that's all I'm good for these days. Just getting them shirts and apparel and all that stuff. But yeah, no, they're really excited. They're excited to come out and visit. It's close to Chicago, about 2 hours away, so it'll be a little bit easier for them to come out and hang out with me. So they're excited as always.
Well, listen, I told you before, I rooted for you every game except 2 when you played Fordham last year. But now I can tell they've come a long ways. They've come a long ways. Their Coach Gatley's is a good coach, and she's done well there. So, but now I can root for you every game on the schedule. So I'm excited, and we'll be following you, and we're proud of you, and we love having you. Got into coaching at Fordham and hooked up with Coach Clausen. Coach Clausen leaves, and these coaches, for the most part, take their assistants with them, and she's hooked up with a great coach, and I think it says something though, because she's a young coach, just starting off, and I know there's going to be one day we're going to have her on here, and we're going to say congratulations on your first, whether it's